That's not going to be the Tips opening.
Damn it.
No, the Tips opening is always some weird electronic song that I pick out.
Damn.
What do you mean always? There's one episode. Fucking
That I've edited.
do stuff.
Actually, hopefully it's done edited. It's edited.
Then post it.
I should.
Okay.
By the way, by the point this is up, the other one's gonna be up too.
Yeah. Well, duh.
Do you know how way I'm gonna be at your wedding? Okay, Lucas, Jamie, introduce everybody that's here.
I'm Lucas,
I'm Jamie.
otherwise known as J Swag Squared.
J Swag Squared, also known as the real Slim Jamie.
I like to call you that. It's my joke.
And you are?
I'm Jackson Blakey, for goodness sakey.
Also known as J Swag.
J Swag.
That's Tyler. That's you know.
Cheerios.
You know.
Oh, whatever.
You know. Today,
Shut up.
whilst we're eating pistachios,
You're gonna censor that part, by the way.
yeah, I know.
I just said yeah. Okay. So.
All right. So what are we talking about today, Lucas?
Pistachios.
Well, we're eating pistachios because we're talking about a certain trilogy. I don't know what the pistachios have to do with the trilogy.
I don't know.
There you go.
It's the Cornetto Trilogy. We talked about this on phones.
Actually, in every movie before someone's about to die, there is a bowl of pistachios. You know that?
Was it really?
I'm just shitting you guys.
Oh.
I was gonna say you're a bullshit
There is
liar.
a movie. No, actually, there is a movie where like every time you see an orange,
Yeah, it's like Godfather.
The Godfather. Yeah,
If someone's gonna die every time you see an orange. Yeah.
there's a
Or
death
get
nearby.
hurt.
I heard that before, but I forgot what it was.
Oh yeah, Cornetto.
No. That's still on topic.
Oh yeah, there's Selma. Anyway, the Cornetto Trilogy. If you don't know what the Cornetto Trilogy is, it's Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End.
Have you ever seen all
Not
those?
ping pong.
Did they
Yes,
eat a Cornetto
yeah,
in World's End?
Yeah, actually, it's a.
They did.
If you notice, it's for the fans. If you notice the Cornetto wrapper,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, at the end.
How funny. I don't
'Cause
miss
I remember-
outside food.
I remember they weren't gonna classify it as part of the Cornetto Trilogy until they saw someone eat a Cornetto
Yeah,
or something like that.
yeah.
So
It's a rapper.
Anyway, the Cornetto Trilogy is a bunch of weird British comedy movies about the apocalypse.
like I like to equate the guys in that to kind of like Jonah Hill and Michael Cera.
Like the Judd Apatow.
Did I say Michael?
Judd Apatow people?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Or a better one, Broken Lizard too.
Oh yeah, Broken Lizard.
They're a lot like Broken Lizard. They're
Like really weird.
if
Like
you know who
random-
that is. Broken Lizard, by the way, made Super Troopers,
Club
Oh
Dread,
yeah, Super Troopers.
Super Troopers, Club
Club
Dread,
Dread, and Beer Fest.
and Beer Fest. So they're like exactly like that. That's the Broken
That's the
Lizard
American
trilogy.
version.
That's the Broken Lizard trilogy.
Basically, yeah.
Okay,
So-
back on the subject of Cornetto.
Yeah, that's their
Well,
movies.
that's still on the subject. It's just a slight tangent.
No, we're just talking
Shut
about okay. So the Cornetto Trilogy is a trilogy of 3 movies written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg and directed by Edgar Wright, and they're usually about some apocalyptic or like really big problem that 2 characters have to deal with.
I guess Hot Fuzz was apocalyptic. Like I was thinking, like
Mildly.
yeah.
Kind of.
That's the
There-
only one that
okay.
ends with a truly happy ending.
Let's not
That's the
say
only one.
apocalyptic. Let's say paranormal.
No, Shaun of the Dead was a
Yeah.
happy ending.
No,
Yeah,
but
Shaun
I'm
of the
like
Dead was.
but there's still like billions of dead people that are like. No, I'm not saying that's not a happy ending. I'm saying it's a weirdly happy ending.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the only true happy ending is probably Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Let's not. By the way, let's we can talk about anything in Hot Fuzz
This is
and
spoilers.
anything in Shaun of the Dead. We can't talk about World's End yet.
Is that not out on DVD yet?
Oh, Dumbledore dies
Well-
at the end.
Yeah, he does.
By the
World's
time-
End, that's the saddest part.
By the time this comes out, there'll probably be like a 4th Cornetto movie. Jamie, the schedule you're on. Did you throw a whole pistachio in there?
Dude, I love tortilla movies.
There's a whole pistachio.
Tortilla movies.
Tortilla movies?
Yeah, my favorite.
They're beautiful.
Oh,
Little
dude.
tortilla
Dude, I
boy.
gotta get home soon. Keep talking. Hurry up. Go.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is no.
Little tortilla boy. That was completely off topic.
Yes.
Alright, let's talk about Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Okay, that's the first one that was
Is that
released,
the
right?
funny one?
Yeah.
Where, like,
They're
they
all
throw
funny.
discs
Shut the fuck up!
No,
Swear to God, I
no,
will kill
like,
you.
is it where they throw like the disc? They're like, no, not this one. This one's good.
Yes, the zombie
yes.
movie.
It's the paintball one, yeah.
The paper one.
What?
Ping pong. I heard
You messed
paintball.
up.
I heard paintball yesterday, but I knew it was ping pong. I was just joking around. But
Yeah, so it's like a
Okay, so Balls of Fury. Oh my god.
so Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead.
a romantic comedy zombie movie.
You guys
Is-
have probably seen it before.
A rom-com.
A rom-com, yes.
What?
Romantic zombie comedy movie. A zombie romantic comedy.
So the
Is
main.
that how it was described? In
Yeah, a
Yeah.
rom-com.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like the main plot, guys. What's the character's name? You know what's the main character's name?
Sean.
Con.
I'm just kidding.
Or
I know what
Tim.
the main character's name is. Okay.
Or Tim.
So
Or
after
Tim.
that, it's basically like this guy named Sean, this pasty mofo with
They're all
ginger
pasty.
hair, And
Wow.
What?
Jesus.
Anybody who's like got red hair in the audience now is gonna be like, "Fuck you, Jackson."
Well,
He's blonde, by the way.
Maybe I'm racist. I'm just kidding. So
Wait,
anyway,
when we get an audience. But,
Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, basically what it is, he hates his job because people don't like him there, and zombies attack after his friend and him go to the bar. Yeah.
Basically, it's just boring life, and then the zombie apocalypse happens.
Yes.
Zombie apocalypse. They head to the Winchester.
The Winchester.
That's like in the middle of the movie, though.
Yeah.
No, but they, like right after the zombie apocalypse, they're like, "We'll do this, and go to Winchester."
Sean's stepdad becomes a zombie.
Actually, you know
So
what?
does
You
his
want to know?
roommate.
All right, you want to know something awesome? The entire plot of Shaun of the Dead is spoiled in the beginning of the movie, where Ed is talking after Shaun breaks up with Liz. Ed tells him what they're gonna do for the next day. It's the entire movie. They're gonna wake up to a Bloody Mary, the girl in the garden who's called Mary.
Yeah.
They're gonna take a bite of the king, which is when like his stepdad gets bitten. They're gonna stumble to the Winchester, which is when they pretend to be zombies. They're gonna get the a princess and a couple of a princess and a couple, which is the princess Liz, and a couple is the other two characters.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish it off with shots at the bar. That's when they start shooting the zombies.
Yep.
Oh.
That ruined it for me! Damn it!
No, but anyway, so they go to the Winchester, and before that, Sean's dad or
Wi-Fi.
Sean's stepdad turns into a zombie.
I'm just kidding.
Sadness.
They get there. His mom turns into a zombie.
Maybe sadness.
His
Oh.
second roommate turns into a zombie.
Oh, he's a douchebag.
All of his
He's a
friends
dick.
turn into zombies. Basically, he and his girlfriend are the only
Only
survivors.
Yeah.
By the very end of the movie.
By
Yeah.
the very end.
By the very end.
Him, his girlfriend, and his ex-girlfriend. Remember? His like ex-girlfriend came back, and they were, but they're like good friends now.
Oh, that one girl?
Yeah.
With the beanie?
Well, I don't know if it was ever said that they were actually like exes,
I
but
have no idea.
I don't know. You gotta assume.
Oh,
Well, you don't got it, but
I don't got it.
are you guys leaving?
Tell us.
Alright, so. Shaun of the Dead.
Go play it.
I'm starting to think you mean Cheerios are the three idiots.
What?
Jackson's like never here anymore.
He's not. He always shows up and then random is like, hey, I gotta go. Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah. So anyway,
Shaun of the Dead
I have to be in the drawing.
is the first, no, it's
Yeah.
the first part. In the movie, Ed is in the morning, he's eating a strawberry cornetto. Strawberry, because it's red for the zombies and stuff.
yeah.
So, that's Shaun of the Dead. It's freaking start.
Oh, okay. Jackson called and ruined the recording.
Yeah. So, yeah, Shaun of the Dead. It's awesome.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead, awesome. Strawberry cornetto zombies.
Yeah.
Were they chocolate cornettos in Hot Fuzz?
It was vanilla.
Vanilla?
Yeah.
What does that represent?
Was the
Blue
last
wrapper.
one mint?
Blue. What does
Blue
that
wrap-
represent?
Vanilla. Oh, it represents the cops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was the last one mint?
We're not going to talk about that yet.
We're not. That's ruining
Can you,
it.
can you just bleep it out?
No!
We'll tell you.
Man, we're getting so distracted by these pistachios.
We'll tell you the.
There's like a lot of pistachios. Look at this.
Shut up. The cornetto in at World's End. Is that no?
The World's End?
The World's End.
Ow.
Um,
Oh.
what flavor was it?
Mint chocolate chip.
Mint
Oh.
chocolate chip.
But I couldn't say it. I'm kind of sorry.
We've all seen the commercial.
Yeah.
So, robots.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we completely skipped Pop Fuzz.
No. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
So, like robots. What do you think the
Good.
green and chocolate chip represents?
Sci-fi, like
Sci-fi?
Alien. Yeah,
Alien?
sci-fi Alien.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, don't they all end up in bars?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the movies also have another thing is that they all have to do with bars. They all revolve around drinking.
Yeah.
So Hot Fuzz. Well, it's like about running gags after, I guess. So Hot Fuzz came out in 2007. It's about like a really big city cop
Zombies.
who's awesome,
Yeah.
played by Simon Pegg.
He's
Who was
fine
he's so
Just
good.
kidding.
He's so good that his team actually kicks him off because he's so good, and they're making the rest of them look bad.
They're jelly.
Yeah, and
I like jelly.
they move him to a small town, which is seemingly perfect, but there's actually a dark
Secret.
very dark secret for dumb reasons actually, but dark secret
The
nonetheless.
cops are sacrificing people.
Yeah. Well, not the cops, like the
entire town.
the NWA.
NWA. Leads
Yeah.
with attitude.
Yes, but the Neighborhood Watch Association.
The Neighborhood Watch Association are
People that are trying to make their town the best.
Wait,
They're only-
wait. Is this the one about the neighborhood watch?
You mean the Watch?
Oh.
No!
The fuck over it! Oh my god!
Jesus! That one stars Ben Stiller!
I'm sorry.
Wait, you can't keep your movie.
I think you shouldn't be on this podcast.
You know what? It's
Have
a
you-
free country.
Wait, have you ever seen Shaun of the Dead? Because I've seen it many times with you in the room, but have you actually watched it?
I've seen parts of it. Like I remember this one time he was like walking. I think he was on a phone or something, and he was just walking like nothing. And then there was like all these zombies just like there.
That's Shaun of the Dead!
Yeah.
We're talking
that's
about Hot Fuzz.
No, that's what she's saying. Shaun of the Dead.
You
We're talking about Hot Fuzz though.
No, you said
You
Shaun
said
of the Dead.
Oh my god, you said Shaun of the Dead.
What's wrong with me?
Oh, see? Oh, all the time.
Oh yeah, so Hot Fuzz.
Okay, so Hot Fuzz. In Hot Fuzz,
Sounds like chocolate.
yeah, the niggas with attitude are killing people.
Yeah.
And it's okay, I know black people by the way. So
That's good.
so they're killing people. They're not sacrificing. I shouldn't say that
They're
because
kinda-
that they're killing people to make their town the perfect town or whatever.
Yeah.
And basically that means any tourists that come through who don't,
Yeah. Like, okay.
they want the money.
It's actually, it's an action movie, and all these people are getting killed, and he's piecing it together to like all these different people, and he found out this things like, oh, this man told this lady that her property is really like costs a lot of money. They didn't want her to sell it, so because like this association is connected to them, so they will lose all of this money, and that would bring in a bunch of like people to tear down all their buildings and build turn it into a big town.
Okay.
But that's not
This
what it really
this
is.
lady wanted to move. No. This lady wanted to move out of the town, and since her flower shop thing was like one of the biggest tourist attractions,
Yeah.
the perfect town people didn't want her to leave. So they thought, because they didn't want anybody else to have that flower shop, so they were like, well, if we can't have her, no one can have her. So they kill her.
Basically, what happens is that he pieces together like a really elaborate, like money, like it's based around money, like oh, this
But it's
is why
all
you're
wrong.
killing people. But it turns out that lady was killed because they didn't want him to leave.
Yeah.
The reporter was killed because he had a bunch of grammar issues in his newspaper. The dude was killed because he was a horrible actor, and his girlfriend was killed because she had a horrible laugh. And then the dude in the big house was killed because his house was ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
And at World's End, I mean, the World's End.
The World's End. By the way, Huff was a badass.
Yeah.
The World's End.
So the World's End came out in August
Yeah.
2013.
Oh, yeah.
Since this will be posted in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It came out August 2013, and it's apparently about. If you haven't seen the commercial, or I guess the trailer for it, you can go watch it now. Or you don't want to watch the trailer because you feel it would spoil the movie, because it kind of spoils.
It's like, it tells you what it's about, which is why you want to go see it, because it's a big twist. But if you watch it without knowing anything about it, other than it's cool, you're gonna be really freaking surprised.
All the movies have a pretty big twist at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm not going to tell you the twists because I feel like those are the best parts to experience.
Actually, yeah, it's actually much more depressing than the last two.
Yeah.
It gets really sad near the end.
All right. Well.
So the World's End is about a couple of friends that come back to their small town after 20 years to complete the Golden Mile, which is like a legendary pub crawl.
Which is basically where you go from one bar to another.
In like a long line to see who lasts longest. And while in that town, they notice that things are really, really weird and strange. And there's a reason why. Well, it is in the trailer, so should we say here? And because it is in the trailer.
Yeah, if it's in the trailer.
All right. Then the town has been taken over by robots
Robots who are replacing people.
who are replacing people like pod people.
This one's closed. Like,
That's really
whatever.
weird.
Get over it. Keep going.
And yeah, basically we're also around Gary King and
Who's played by?
Simon Pegg, and he's like stuck in the 90s. They're like completely stuck in the 90s, and still has like the Golden Mile, which is like one of the big things that they never finished. So he wants to do it again, and he rounds up all his friends to come back to a small town with him.
We just talked about this.
Yeah, we just talked about this.
So, Jamie's seen it.
Yes.
I plan to see it when it comes out, either on DVD or on Netflix. But I feel like I gotta watch this one with Jamie.
Yes, you do.
Because we didn't watch Hot Fuzz together because we didn't know each other.
Mhm.
We didn't watch
Shaun of the
Shaun of the Dead together, of course, because we didn't know each other.
Also because we still haven't gone around to watching it together. We were gonna
On
on Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
We should do that this year.
If I'm not too busy.
Okay.
So all that, yeah. So we're gonna watch this one together.
Yes, we are. In the theater or in
Should we
Netflix?
just do it all together? Like, all three of them one night?
Marathon them?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That should just be Halloween.
Oh, yes.
Just those, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Will The World's End be out by Halloween?
Well, no.
No, it won't.
Deaths won't, dude. We'll watch the other two movies. We can't play. Let's not make plans on this podcast.
Okay, anyway. So, yeah. Once again, part of the Cornetto Trilogy, same type of humor. I think Edgar Wright, like the director, was inspired much more because in the other two, Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, they have action scenes more so in Hot Fuzz, but they weren't like big fight scenes or anything like that. It wasn't until I think like Edgar Wright did Scott Pilgrim that he was like he really wanted to do fight scenes, and there's a lot of cool fight scenes.
Scott Pilgrim's amazing for fight scenes, dude.
Oh my god, I fucking love Scott Pilgrim. That's
See-
such a good movie.
Edgar Wright. A great guy, funny guy.
He's British.
Yeah.
Mhm.
His Scott Pilgrim's not as good as the
Books?
books. Yeah.
Well, no,
As the graphic novels. That's the word I was looking for.
well, probably no movie would probably be better than a comic book.
I don't know. I like Iron Man.
I like
No, I'm
Iron Man
joking.
too.
But there have been movies that have been better than a comic book. I have to say, I can't name any off the top of my head.
There is one specifically. That's
Spider-Man.
There is one specifically that's like way better than the comic. They like completely transformed it.
Yeah, dude. I can't
Um,
remember what.
I know there is one.
You know whose movie? We already talked about that. Never mind. I was gonna say, you know whose movie representation pisses me off?
What?
Deadpool.
Oh god.
Let's not talk about it.
It's not like- it's the scars are
We already
healed
did
yet.
that. Anyway,
Dude, you know what they did do? This is related to the Cornetto Trilogy. You know what they did at the Warren?
what?
Or it might have been the Warren.
Were they
Or
serving
some other-
cornettos? During?
No, no.
Oh.
They had
That'd have been
over
awesome.
a couple of theaters, like high-end theaters around the country, like for a little bit, who were having this thing called Edgar Wright Takeover.
Really?
They would play. They would start off with the introduction, and I don't know if Edgar Wright would show up at the screenings. I don't know, but they would have an introduction, and then they would play his amateur film, like A Fistful of Fingers.
Yeah.
Then they would play, in between all the movies, they would play the full first season of the full both seasons of Spaced. They would in between the movies, and then they played Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim, and then ended it with like The World's End. Like that would end like at 5 a.m.
And that happened at the Warren?
I think.
Damn. I missed it.
Yeah, me too. It happened like June 18th or something.
Really?
Yeah, no, not June 18th. When did
It would have ended with what?
The World's End? And it would have been in August. Never mind. What did I say, June?
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been in
Right.
August.
Huh.
Yeah, so that.
Something about like movie theaters you really have to watch out for is that they don't really advertise some of these really awesome things that they do.
No, they don't. Like, you'll show up and you see this poster for like, oh, we're gonna show all the Star Wars movies in one run for like fans. Oh, when did this happen? Yesterday. Like 2 people came.
Yeah. Movie theaters I find are really contained about like media and stuff.
Yeah, you got to go to their websites lots of times.
Yeah.
To even
'Cause,
see
like,
anything.
I guess for television they can't really advertise on television because it's like generally for advertisements it's either within your like time period or like however broadcasting's done.
And you'd
A
have
lot
to,
of
like,
the time,
local
a lot of the
channels,
times it's statewide advertisement, and there is one Warren Theaters in Oklahoma.
too. Just one?
Yeah, just one.
Oh, so
There's like 3 or 4, I think, in Kansas, but
it's a good theater.
good theater.
Good theater. Nice. We have the biggest IMAX screen in the U.S.
Yeah, we do. But that's
Oklahoma got that.
Oklahoma. Yeah, that's weird.
Oklahoma doesn't get anything.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it would be weird to like advertise it for just the one theater, you know.
Yeah.
So
So we all missed it. Sadness.
we all missed it.
Great sadness.
They do, however, like I guess it's less of them advertising for it, but more fans like just thinking about it. But midnight premieres, those are huge.
Those are. Do we have any? Like, do we have?
We
Well,
have
I know
midnight
at
premieres all the
Harkins they have a lot of midnight premieres.
Well, Warren has midnight premieres all the time, dude.
Oh, they do. Okay. Cool.
There's a movie coming out. I can't remember what it is, but there's not a midnight premiere. There's like a 9 p.m. premiere.
Huh.
It's weird. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't remember what it is. My friend Alex told me about it. Because I said, oh, dude, we should go see that. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to the midnight premiere. And he's like, oh, no, well, I'm going to the
9 o'clock.
9
premiere?
o'clock premiere. And I'm
That's
like,
so
what?
weird.
And he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, whatever.
That's odd.
That is odd.
All right, so Cornetto.
That's sort of on topic.
Yeah,
That's
we kind of moved
It's
around.
tangenty, but it's still
Yeah.
you know.
So, actually, can we get back to Scott Pilgrim afterwards?
Oh yeah, dude.
Let's just make this Edgar right. Okay, so there's a lot of cool like running jokes in the Cornetto trilogy. Like someone in the beginning of the movie will say something that just completely spoils the whole other part of the movie.
What was it in Hot Fuzz?
In Hot Fuzz, it wasn't like a big like movie spoiler, like the plot. But there's a scene where like Danny is talking to him about like American action movies. And he's like, hey, have you ever jumped into the air firing 2 guns at once? Have you ever like done this? And he's like, no. And everything that he says no to, he ends up doing at the end of the movie. Except for shooting in the sky while someone's screaming. Well, while he's screaming, Danny ends up doing that.
Yeah.
And then in The World's End, where in the beginning where he tells the story of like when they were teenagers and they did the pub crawl, it tells you exactly what happens to them in this movie. Like exactly.
If there's any big sensory, or if there's any big spoilers, I'll tell you to censor it. But tell me right now.
Okay. So in The World's End.
All right.
Yeah.
Censor the part where you said. But the fight with kids thing is okay because
it's like
it's
a really cool scene too. It's like so surprising.
You gotta expect that there's gonna be robot fights in there.
Yeah. That's actually a funny moment. While he's in the bathroom taking a piss, he walks over to a urinal and slips on piss. He's like, damn, and he goes to punch the wall and he stops himself, and that place where he was gonna punch the wall is a like broken ceramic.
Where he's punched it
before.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's stuck in the 90s. Like he's like, look, it's their car. It's like, oh my gosh, you got the same car just like the one I gave you. He's like, no, it's the same car. You know, just fix it up. It's the same car. And they're like, oh, cool. And they're like, I remember this song, and he plays it like on the cassette player. He's like, oh my gosh, dude, I put this on tape for you. Yeah. Oh, dude, is this awesome? Wait, is this on tape? No, it's the same one you gave me. Oh, really? Where was it? In the cassette deck. Oh, okay.
It hasn't left.
Yeah, it hasn't left. And then like when he pulls out his phone, he throws it on the table and he leaves, and it starts like when it rings, it vibrates the whole table. It's a Nokia.
Yeah.
God, I'm so retarded. So, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so when did I put it in my pocket? The Nokia.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so the
What are
dude's
you doing? Look at
the dude's stuck.
When we're done recording this, you gotta get a picture of me with this. And so put it in there.
So the main character, he's stuck in the 90s. Like, there's a scene where like he shows up in the car he had when he was in the 90s. Like, oh my gosh, you got the same car. He's like, no, it's the same car. Just fix it up.
Okay, you just said that, dude. I'm pretty sure they can hear it through your pocket.
Okay, we'll say that whole Nokia thing happened. And then like the Cornetto, I guess I'll spoil it because it's not really a spoiler. But the first one, Ed asks for one. He's eating it after they kill zombies. And then Hot Fuzz, they buy one while they're in the car. And then the third one. Okay, so this is a spoiler. This is a major spoiler for the end. Do you want to know?
Yeah, he does.
Bleep it out.
Bleep that
go
section
ahead.
out.
Go ahead.
So basically, the way they do cleaning or something, and then like this like Cornetto wrapper hits the fence, and he's like looking at it like he's gonna reach her, and then it flies off. He's all sad. And that's where the Cornetto shows up in that movie.
All right. Cut all of that except for the part where the Cornetto shows up.
Yeah, so it'll probably just be like a 5-second bleep because I'm just gonna cut that whole thing out.
So,
Also, another gag is like the jumping over a fence gag.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Like in Shaun of the Dead, he says like, oh, we gotta go over there. So over there. He's like, oh, behind all those fences. He's like, oh, you've never heard of a shortcut? And he goes to jump over the fence and he knocks over the fence. In Hot Fuzz, he tells that to Danny. He's like, oh, you never heard of a shortcut? And he just like vaults over all the fences. And then Danny, he just vaults over them. And then Danny runs up to like jump the fence and he just breaks it. And then in The World's End, he runs like he tries to jump the fence and he knocks the whole thing over again.
I think that's funny.
It's a good moment.
We all think it's funny.
We all think it's funny.
What is that?
It's a piece of steak.
That looks like like an elongated, skinny hot pocket.
It is. It's
What a
pizza
piece
flavor.
of steak is.
Shut up.
All right,
Yes, I
so
would respond.
that's the Cornetto trilogy. The first Shaun of the Dead is really funny and like has good moments. And overall, really funny. Hot Fuzz is an awesome action movie that's really funny. The World's End is a pretty funny movie that's actually has like really adult and depressing themes about it. That's like really the end is really sad.
When they're at the bar and the.
Oh no, don't say it. But yeah, that's really sad.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
Don't even ruin it for me.
Don't stop it. Did you? No.
I don't
No.
get
Okay,
it.
good.
I thought
So,
I'd give it away.
and The World's End is still funny. It's like way more depressing than the rest. It ends. Look at the world.
Can I say this though? Since I don't know if you can complete this out or whatever. I don't
Okay.
even think it's a spoiler or whatever.
All right, say it. What's
But
this
like
say?
when they begin the journey, they're like, oh, this bar or whatever.
Yeah.
And they walk in, and it's like there's like a whole bunch of old people in there.
Yeah.
And then they go to the next bar, and it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, the first post is the first bar. The Old Familiar is another bar that's exactly like the first post. Like, it's the same exact thing. Oh, also, the names of
'Cause
each
it's
bar
familiar?
tells you what happens at that bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Okay, so the first post, the first one, Old Familiar, looks just like the first post. What's next? The Famous Cock is where they to the world end, which is where the world ends.
Huh.
It took a long ass time to explain.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
Yeah, I know.
So we're back.
Yeah, we're back. Dang, this is fun though. I like spoiling stuff.
Yeah. So
Okay, there's one more thing actually. That kind of spoils it. I'm gonna cut this out. I'm just gonna tell you.
all right.
In the beginning, he's like, I know, it's beautiful. And now, so Cornetto Trilogy.
We're done.
It
Yeah, we're
spoils
done.
itself
That's awesome.
without it knowing.
10 out of 10 would watch this millions of times again.
Yes.
Um,
You want to talk about
Scott Pilgrim.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim.
we already talked about Scott Pilgrim a little bit in our movies thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it more now.
Yeah.
This is a great movie.
Because it's my third favorite movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your first favorite? Across the universe?
No, Toy Story is my favorite. Reservoir Dogs is my second favorite.
Across the universe is top 5, right?
For me?
Yeah.
No.
Why not? It's a Beatles movie.
Yeah, I like that movie, but it's not like.
That's like my favorite part of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That?
Yeah. Where the
like
guy's
Stra-
just like
I like the strawberry field part.
Oh yeah.
And they're in Vietnam and stuff. Scott Pilgrim!
Scott Pilgrim.
It's based on graphic novels called Scott Pilgrim.
There are 6 of them.
6 of them.
One movie.
One movie.
And there's actually one. The name of the movie is Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
Which is the name of the second book.
which is the name of the second book. There are still 4 books left, and there's a book before this one. The first one is,
Precious Little Life.
yeah, Scott Pilgrim,
Precious Little Life.
Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life. Then it's
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
versus the World.
What?
Scott
That
Pilgrim
sounds so cute.
Scott Pilgrim and the Infinite Sadness.
That's 4.
That's 3.
That's-
4 is Gets It Together. That's when
Oh,
he
yeah,
gets it. So 3 is Infinite Sadness. 4 is Gets It Together.
5 is
Versus the Universe.
Versus the Universe, which would have made an infinitely better name for the movie.
I like the Versus the World just either way.
Yeah.
I get Versus the Universe would be a cool name. I just like
And then the last one's called like
Finest Hour. Scott
Finest
Pilgrim's
Hour,
Finest Hour. Yeah. Which is yeah. Actually, the 5th one is like the best like technically made, or the 6th one's the best technically made. I think.
yeah, dude. The
Yeah.
6th one. The 6th one. If you, I can't say if you haven't read the rest of the series, the 6th one won't make a whole lot of sense because that's how it is for everything basically.
Yeah.
But the 6th one is such a mind fuck.
Like, there's a big twist that I really wish they would have kept in the movie.
Oh, are you talking about
Yeah.
the power of will or self-confidence?
No.
Confidence or something?
Nega Scott.
What?
Nega Scott.
Nega Scott.
Nega Scott. Here's how they mess up in the movie.
Okay, we're gonna leave these spoilers in.
Yeah,
because
because
it's a 3-year-old
movie. You should have seen it. If you don't, you're the problem. So, okay, in the book, Nega Scott's build up like in panels, like they'll draw it in a weird way where you won't notice it until the 6th book.
Yeah,
But basically, what Nega Scott is like the asshole side of Scott. That's
and you
kinda-
see it literally all the time, but
all
you
the
just
time.
don't notice
You
it.
don't notice. You just think it's like a shadow or something.
Yeah.
Or like just Scott himself.
And he actually fights Nega Scott
So
in the
at
6th
the
book.
end, and absorbs him. He becomes
Oh,
like
red
cold.
eyes?
Yeah.
He does that
In the
whenever he goes to
to see Kim,
to see Kim.
he fights him in like the woods or something.
Yeah, because she moves back.
To her parents' house.
Yeah, is that in Ontario or is that in
I don't know, somewhere in the wilderness, Canadian
know.
wilderness. I don't know. Savannah.
Canada? the books are set in Canada, and I'm pretty sure the movie is too. Like,
Yeah, it's
there's
Canadian.
It's not like explained in the movie, I don't think.
But it's like obvious. Well, in the beginning of the movie, it's like in the
.ca.
.ca.
Yeah,
So yeah, Canada.
Canada, and
So Nega Scott's explained he fights him while he goes to see Kim, and he finally becomes one. In the movie, they have it like really weirdly explained at the end. It kind of comes out of nowhere.
yeah,
Like the way he defeats him, it's just. I like it. It's not like the book. I like the book's version better, but I like the movie version too
Yeah.
because it's like it's jokey because they're the same person. But actually, Edgar Wright didn't make it like that. Every time in the movie, every time Scott acted like an asshole, you would see Nega Scott somewhere, like on a reflection or
Yeah.
his shadow.
I did
But
notice it once, and I was like, oh. And then I thought it would be something bigger, though. You know?
Yeah. But like, yeah, all the go look in the DVD, look through the deleted scenes. Every time he acts like an asshole, there's like a 5-second shot of Mega Scott just hidden in the scene.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome. Like
Yeah.
if they kept those, I don't know why they're like a couple of seconds long each, like 2 seconds. I wish they would have kept that in. That would have made much more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they finished the movie before the 6th book was out because they were both writing it at the same time.
Yeah, so the ending was different.
The ending was different though, like.
And they actually they
Brian's,
talked to what is it? Brian O'Neill?
Brian O'Malley. I think.
O'Malley.
O'Malley.
They talked to Brian O'Malley, the writer of the author
of the novels.
He's the author and the artist, isn't he?
Yeah, he did it all.
He does all this by himself and more books. He's a great guy.
He's
Seems
really
like he's Canadian.
Good Canadian.
He's Canadian Asian.
Yeah, Canadian.
But
Asian,
Canadian.
Canada.
He's Canadian.
Canadian.
And so he wrote and drew all of these books, and they're really good. And they actually talked to him about why, because he had a lot of like input on the movie.
Yeah.
They talked to him about why the movie ending was different, and he said because he didn't want to ruin the experience for the people who've stuck with the book all.
Yeah, because
It's been 12 years, right? I think something like that.
It's like 10.
The first book came out in like 2004.
So like
9 years.
6. Oh wait,
No, yeah, it would have been 6 years
6
at
or
the
something
time.
like that. Yeah,
I guess.
yeah. So, but actually, like since he was writing the books, they would write
Did
into
it
the
come
script.
out? I can't remember.
But like by the end of it, by like book 5, it's like really different.
Yeah.
The movie and the books. But like, his story, they were like write a script around it. But sometimes like the stuff that the movie would do, he put into the comic book. Like the shot in the movie where like it says like where he kills Scott and it says like dead. And
Yeah.
like, points an arrow. That was just in the movie, and Brian liked it so much he drew it in the comic like that. So that's pretty tits.
Wait, when did Scott Pilgrim come out?
2010. Like the movie, 2010.
Holy crap.
Are you eating something else now?
I told you I'm eating a pickle.
You just ate a pizza stick and half a bag of pistachios.
I didn't eat half a bag.
I ate half a bag, literally. I might have eaten the whole
You ate
bag.
the whole bag.
You ate the whole fucking
Oh,
bag.
Jesus, look at that.
Pistachios are good, dude.
Oh, they're addicted.
Anyway, but
Scott
I like pistachio farms. They look pretty.
so anyway.
Scott Pilgrim. The look of Scott Pilgrim is so freaking weird and unique.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
I love it so much. Although I love the very beginning, like before the
I
title.
like the coins. Ooh, coins.
Punch you in the dick.
Yeah.
Like the opening, like
I have to go soon.
okay, like the opening in the like when they're in their apartment, like all like that whole thing is like play like with Zelda music in the background and sound effects. I felt like throughout the whole scene. I
Yeah.
love that. I like little things like that. That's so cool.
You know what I wish they would have touched more on? Just because it's like kind of a joke. It's kind of a running joke throughout the book. How?
That wasn't the joke.
No. It's just he's like being so serious and you have to have to.
Oh my god. Every time we talk about your hat, that's just gonna pop.
It's just
Yeah.
he's like has a serious face, but it's like
I got bored. So anyway.
So a running joke in the comic.
Running joke in the comics is that Wallace owns everything,
Yeah.
including Scott.
Yeah.
And he often says, like, you're my bitch, Scott, or like
Because it's true.
he mentions how, like, Scott belongs to him, basically.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have kind of, like, touched on that more.
Like they have that scene where it's like this is Wallace, this is
Yeah.
Wallace, this is Wallace, that's Scott.
Yeah, they have a scene in the book where it shows a picture. It's 2 pages, 2 whole pages.
Yeah.
It's a centerfold picture, only not sexy. And that's what centerfold means, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I've seen porn magazines. I've never actually owned one. I've
Next
seen
to
them in movies.
your sister's here. Anyway, so basically in this picture it shows their apartment and like all this shit's around and it's like this is Wallace's and then it lists the item. Wallace's socks.
Scott has like clothes and a coat.
Oh yeah, okay. It's like
Everything is Wallace.
It's like Scott's coat. Wallace bought it,
Yeah.
and
Even the stuff that Scott owns, like Wallace.
Scott like there's one thing that Scott owns, and I think it was this pair of socks that he was wearing.
I think that 2 girls kissing poster too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Scott because Wallace is gay.
Yeah.
And then it's like
Oh!
Scott's toothbrush. Wallace's really Wallace's toothbrush. Yeah.
Yeah, that Scott isn't using. Scott's freaking retarded.
Yeah.
Wallace was his roommate,
You know what?
right?
You know what? I kind of wish they reference it. They reference it in the movie, but like And it wouldn't make sense in the movie, but like one of my favorite parts of the book is like that in 4. Yeah, I think it's in 4 where they meet up with like Kid and Scott's friend from like high school.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really love that whole subplot.
Um,
I think it's.
are you talking about like Back in Time, the flashback?
Yeah.
They did the
No. Not Scott Pilgrim versus the animation. No, where like the backstory of him in high school.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about that whole subplot about them like like meeting up, like and then like turns out she likes him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense in the movie, but I like that subplot.
Yeah, but I mean, they went into it with the animation, which led up to
The movie.
Well, I guess a whole lot of people didn't see that because it was like
On Adult Swim.
it was a single, like
Pringle.
it was a single
Sorry.
midnight release.
On Adult
It showed once ever, I think.
like officially on TV. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had to have like caught it. I caught it, luckily. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
And
'Cause I was so excited for that movie.
and it was just an animation of the flashback to
The flashback
Scott's
to
past,
high school. Yeah.
which I'm sure if people saw that like on Adult Swim, they would have been like, "Oh, I really like this," but like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah.
And it's like I've never seen this on Adult Swim before, but you know.
Yeah, they
whatever.
ran a lot of promos for Scott Pilgrim. They were like big supporters of it.
Yeah. So
Go Adult Swim.
Scott Pilgrim, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because
There are some parts of it where like by the fourth fight you're just kind of like
it should have been like the book more.
yeah. Also, Ramona kind of has like no personality in the movie.
Ramona is fucking.
She should have been done better in the movie.
She's Kristen Stewart in the movie.
Yeah, only hotter and cooler.
Arguably not hotter.
I like Mary Elizabeth Winstead is way hotter than Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean,
In the movie.
they could have gotten someone so much hotter.
Also, although like most of the villains are like they act so perfectly.
They're perfect matches.
Yeah, they
That's
are
it.
awesome.
Michael Cera, not the best Scott Pilgrim,
But like a good. He
A
did
good
good.
one.
He did pretty good. In that
especially since he's basically playing himself and every other role he's ever played.
movie. Yeah, but what I
He's
like
like the same character in
Yeah, I
every
know.
movie. He's just
that's why I like Scott Pilgrim because like he's still the same character that he usually plays, but he's more like in the beginning he has a history of girlfriends and they're all like hot, and
Yeah.
he does act like a dick, but eventually he grows balls
Yeah.
to do what he has to do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that wraps us up.
Yeah, that was like an hour and a half
picture
show.
time.
That was an hour and a half. It was like an hour.
An hour? Oh, tight.
Yeah, about.
So we're done.
So-
That's Edgar Wright movies.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Space is a good show.
Wait, let me
It's
get
on
a picture,
YouTube.
but you have to be serious.
All of them are.
We have a picture of that.
We're gonna do
We're
it.
doing it.
We
We
gotta
got
end the
it.
recording.
Spaced is the show directed by Edgar Wright, and that's
Go
awesome.
check it out. Go check all these out.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
Spaced, all except for one. Edgar Wright.
The tip. Pull it out.
Pull it. Yeah.